What's up, dudes? It's Molly. I was just cruising on social media. I saw somebody do a post. It's very political time right now. The southern border is a big problem. Yep. So I just read somebody say, I can't remember how they worded it. I will help Donald Trump deport every illegal if he is elected. Yeah, so here's what we have to remember. Illegal isn't a noun. Illegal, I-L-L-E-G-A-L, illegal is not a noun. That doesn't mean person. Illegal person means a person. But if you're just referring to people as illegal, yeah, that's an illegal, you have fallen for propaganda. You have removed your empathy towards another human being, and they no longer are a person. They're just an illegal. That's a tactic that the Nazis perfected. And what the whole bottom line objective is to remove your empathetic cord to another person so you don't see them as a person. You see them as a rat. Now, we've already heard words like vermin, infestation. We're now referring to people as illegals. Yeah, this is that same Nazi energy trying to remanifest. So it's okay to not be down with open borders. Me, myself, I would like to see not such an influx of people. I would like to see vetted people being able to come through. But I do understand that people south of the border don't have the same options as other people. And so this is what a lot of people forget. They think if you want to be part of the American dream, you just have to go through the process and do it legally. Like, why aren't they doing it legally? These must all be horrid criminals, rapists, murderers. Like every 11,000 people that came through that day, yeah, every single one of them, murderer. Yeah, it's just not true. That's not true. So what you have to remember is, if you want to be an immigrant to the United States and come here legally, it all depends on what country you're coming from. Not every country has the same rules and accessibility as other countries. So for example, if you are Canadian and you say, I want to become an American citizen, I'm going to have to go through this very difficult process of becoming an American citizen through Canada. I'm going to have to jump through all these hoops, do all these things, prove all this stuff. Yeah. You can only say, why didn't you do it like I did, to other people who came from Canada? Because the people who are coming from Mexico don't have the same hoops and things that you did coming through Canada. It's not the same process for every country of origin. And that's what people forget. And so the United States has preferential treatment for countries that we deem are more successful. So countries south of the border, like Mexico, South America, yeah, they don't have the same opportunities as, say, Canadians have. It's harder and damn near impossible for an average Mexican person to come to the United States legally and be part of the American dream. There just really isn't a path. And why is that? Because Mexico is connected to the United States, and there would be an influx of people leaving Mexico to come to the United States. Yeah. Okay, I dropped my phone. Somebody might have passed out. So once we understand that not everybody is playing by the same rules, we can have more compassionate interpretation. So if you are saying, or if you've ever said, if you're an immigrant or somebody who is now a legal citizen to the United States, if you ever said, well, I did it legally, so can you. You can only say that to the people who came from the same country you came from. Those are the only people that have the same playbook rules as you do. And a lot of people don't understand that. So what's happening now is a lot of people are just making a mad run for the border. They see an opportunity and they're trying their opportunity for the American dream. These people are not all rapists. They're not all murderers. They're people. And we're forgetting that they're people. Some people are forgetting. And they're just, buying into the propaganda. And they're vermin. Just like the Jews were to the Nazis. See how fast that happens? So you don't have to be down with open borders and that kind of thing, but you do have to remember that these are people, and illegals is not a noun. And if you're referring to people with that kind of word, you should sit with yourself for a minute and ask yourself, have I removed the emotional cord like Nazis did with Jews? Am I doing the same thing? Am I buying into the hype? Am I hearing people referred to as vermin? Am I falling for propaganda? Am I pushing forth propaganda without even realizing it? So like I said, it's okay to have kind of a question mark on the whole thing because it's kind of a big clusterfuck. But it's not okay to participate in this level of propaganda where people are no longer considered people. All right. Now, I have a reading where I explain this and explain why a lot of people are coming from Mexico. The Mexican drug cartels are out of control in Mexico. And if they have their sights on some of your kids, for example, if you are in a Mexican town and you have a teenage daughter who's physically beautiful, the cartel may say, we're taking your daughter. No, we've decided we're going to sex traffic her. Or if you have an intelligent son who decides he wants to go to medical school, the cartel will say, no, we've heard that your son is a good chemist. No, we're taking him and he's going to start making drugs for us. If that happened to you here in the United States, and the government was so infiltrated with this cartel, would you make a run for the border of Canada to save your children's lives? Like if somebody was coming for your fucking kids, would you do everything you could to walk across the border to a new country so everybody can be safe? Because that's what's happening too. And people are being willfully oblivious to it. And other people know exactly what's happening. So Spirit wants to say, are you falling for propaganda? And let's start referring to these people. If you really want to dig your heels in on pointing out that these are illegal people, yeah, let's add the word people after illegal. If you're referring to people as illegals, yeah, there's something wrong with that. All right. So I'll attach that video where I do that reading. It's called This Thing with Mexico. Tell me again how it works. I'll link that reading down in the comment section of this message. And you can click on it and I'll explain what's going on with Mexico. I also link a podcast that Lex Friedman did about this topic too, where you can get even more in-depth information about this thing with Mexico, what's really happening. All right, so there's your message. And then if you don't feel comfortable clicking the link, you can just, I'll put the title too of that reading that I did, and you can copy the title and paste it into the search, and that reading will pop up. But I promise I'm not doing any nefarious linking. All right, there you go. There's your message.